This is making an engraved style of text in GIMP. It's not a font, it's just applying some effects to a font. So here we have, I've already opened up the text tool and the GIMP text editor and entered my text. Notice it's a serif font, it's Times New Roman bold, and the size. What I'm going to do though is increase the spacing between the letters, and maybe while I'm down here I'll bump up the distance between the lines as well. Not absolutely necessary, but there you are. And before I close it, what I'm going to do is just space this out. When you're happy with it, you can close that. Now what I'm going to do is, if we look here, we've got two layers. Still on the text layer, I'm going to use the color select tool. That's that one there. And select the black of the font. Now then, while I've got this selection going, I'm going to save it to a path because I know I'm going to need it later on. In the paths dialog, you can see that's the new path. So what I'm going to do now is, still with the selection active, grow the selection by a couple of pixels, 2 pixels. Now on the move tool, making sure we're on the layers selection button, not the layers, the selection button. I'm going to move the selection down a couple of pixels with the cursor keys. I'm just going to bump it down a couple of pixels. Maybe 1 pixel to the right. That looks okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the edit menu and I'm going to stroke the selection, and I want maybe 2 pixels wide, and I want a neutral color. Stroke the selection, and that's it. Turn the selection off and we can see what we get. Part of the way there. So I'm going to go down and put the original selection back. There it is. And what I'm going to do here now is, again, using the move tool, I'm going to bump this across to the left 2 or 3 pixels. Don't want it moved vertically, just horizontally. When we're happy with it, looks okay. I'm going to go to the fill tool, bucket fill tool. Now then, in the properties, we're still on a selection, remember, so I want to fill the whole selection, and I want to be in white. I've just changed the color there to white. So we fill the selection now, and while we're still on the selection, I'm going to go to edit and stroke the selection. This time I'm just going to want 1 pixel wide, very narrow line. I want to be on black. So that's stroked. And this is a bit quick, but I want to fill in the selection now, and I'm going to go to filters and render, pattern and grid. It's just off the screen there, but I've already set this up. Break the links between horizontal and vertical. That's those there, and set it to whatever you want. And that's how you can apply an effect to some pretty plain text.